Welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. Welcome in. Thank you to all of you who have supported this channel. I really appreciate it. Remember, not everything's going to resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. Getting a good vibe here. Abundance falling in your lap. That sounds nice. Okay, let's get to this message here, Taurus. Take the messages that help you to help yourself. Here we go. I'm glad to have you here. Let's go. Messages for Taurus. Messages for Taurus. Okay, we've got the Tower and the King of Cups. Someone trying to mess with just some really great energy you have. You're trying to give something to someone, great energy that you have, and someone trying to mess with that. 8 of Swords. Yeah, I get it now. I hear it now. Someone doesn't want you to be the lead. They want to be the lead, but you're clearly just you naturally, and you're the leader. You have transformative energy here with the Death card. You can change up the energy in a room. You can change up the energy. Like I'm getting something where you're working a short-term project, and you've already changed up the energy of this group that's worked together for years. Okay, and leadership is feeling a certain way about that. But the thing about leadership that feels a certain way about positive energy coming in is so often non-leaders worried about that. 6 of Wands is out here, and I think you know this. I think you're well aware of this, because everywhere you go, there's victory. And then, you know, rather than appreciating what you bring in, which is victory, there's some sort of trouble, envy, jealousy, trouble, like, but it's unnecessary. Let's see what else we got here. The Lovers in the reverse. Yeah, it becomes, the envy turns into something that isn't harmonious when all you've done is brought in really great energy and success. It's because people want your magic sauce that are in leadership positions. Yeah, your 10 of Cups. This is what you're naturally good at, is helping people or bringing about just really successful situations and good energy. And so the people that are being hired to do that, that haven't done that for years, wonder, how are you able to do this in a matter of days? It's just your magic sauce. It's just who you are. But let's get a little bit further in this, because I'm not quite sure if Spirit's saying just be aware of it, because I think you are. Here you have the Page of Wands. It's your excitement. It's your enthusiasm. Even for the dull and boring, you're just excited about life. So people gravitate towards you. They gravitate towards that energy. And yeah, that's bothering the leads, like I say in quotes, to a certain degree. But Spirit's saying with this Wheel of Fortune here, there's something about that's what you do. You're supposed to bring in a spark to new situations and then not stay very long. Maybe even. Show people what can be possible. Show them a more spirited energy that's possible, rather than a negativity that maybe they're just putting up with. Yeah. It's just your natural way. It's your secret sauce. And people want the sauce too, you know. But this is something the divine has given you, so it's not something that they can buy or I hear blackmail you out of or anything like that. 9 of Cups is out here now. or try to put down. If people are going along with this and acting like, yeah, that person isn't that special. They're just offering lip service here. They actually think you're quite special. And they think that you are someone who manifests your dreams, and wish fulfillment is here for you often. And something about your sacral chakra and your heart chakra making that possible. And all kinds of ideas that you have that just people think just you never run out of ideas and creativity. And they want you to help them to achieve their wishes. And they might not even know that, but they are definitely drawn to you. Yeah, the Hermit. You're very enlightened here. So I feel like Spirit's saying you're just going to go up against people who aren't enlightened. You're supposed to bring the light to the dark. In many cases, that will help a lot of people who are stuck in the dark with non-leadership situations that continue to be very dark and bleak for them. But as a whole, they're also in their life feeling like they're in the dark. So these interactions with non-leaders don't help the situation. And you come in and not only lead, but you show them a different way. So the leaders, aren't going to be very happy with that, with your obvious and true, authentic leadership. And also, you might even lead these people away to their true happiness and their dreams, which, again, leaves the leadership feeling some sort of lack. Strength in the reverse. Yeah, the leadership feeling some sort of lack, questioning their own self-confidence. And, yeah, I feel like Spirit's saying this is deep. Okay, this has always happened throughout the course of time, that people like you have been brought to the scene to make others, particularly in a position of leadership or authority, question their authenticity and question their abilities. Okay. Question their whys. Question their lack of enlightenment, something like that. Four of Cups is out here. Yeah, you are seen. You are seen by the divine. It's a lonely road, though, and even as I say that, I can feel your, but what's in it for me? I go from one sticky situation to the next, and I bring light, and then I have to start all over. Yeah, something along those lines. And so you feel like you're not being seen, or you're doing the hard work, and what's it all for? But Spirit says, you're my gift. You're my gift to the other people. But let's get a little bit more, because I feel like you're feeling like there's a little bit of lack there. I'm the gift, but what is reciprocated to me? Okay, Knight of Wands here. The gift is that you've been given this boldness. You've been given this courage by the divine. Ask yourself, have you always been bold? Were you always a bold kid? Have you always been able to stand up to situations that weren't right? Did you go against the grain and it didn't bother you all that much? Okay. It's because you've been given incredible strength from your divine spirit. You've been given a lot of spirit by the divine. You can handle these situations. Those are the gifts. That's what you have. You don't have to be tormented in the dark like so many of the people that you've helped, but they've been tormented in the dark for years, okay? You've never experienced that. Maybe, some down days, but not just, I don't know how to get out of this black hole, because you're strong. That's your gift. That's the gift from the divine. You're strong, your strength, and you can give that to others. Yeah, I feel like that helps you quite a bit to kind of understand the structure here. Magician, you've always known you could do anything. That's the gift from the divine. And you instilling that in others is how the divine works through you for others. Whoa. Yeah, really big. That almost makes me... you may feel like these concepts are so big, and I feel like a lot of you will, quiet your mind, meditate on them, and just feel a little bit nauseous. I feel a little bit nauseous because they're pretty deep. Yeah. They're awe-inspiring. Let it kind of roll around for a while. For many of you, it'll ask the questions you've always been asking, okay, about this. You've got the Five of Pentacles sideways. Yeah, because you help people out of a sense of lack. You're the help. In that card, people are feeling in lack, and then the lights behind them represent the help that's there. You know, whether or not they recognize that or utilize the help that's there. Also the divine always protecting you. No matter what situation you're put in, the divine always protects you. And you can see that's possible, I'm hearing, as you look back on your life. Okay, we've got the Five of Swords and the Fool. And I am hearing, keep it short so that these concepts are something that you can reflect on and not, you know, muddy the waters. So, yeah, you definitely are in a position often, if this message is resonating with you, where you are making new things happen for people, new starts, brand new starts. And that rubs people the wrong way that are wanting to be that for others. So stay grounded. You know, they want to be that for others, but it's not in an authentic way. It's for recognition, and it's for their own gain. If this feels like a burden, notice that actually it's in high regard with your spirit team, the role that you play. But sometimes it can feel competitive because people will see you're special. They'll see that special sauce, and then they'll get real competitive with you. But Spirit says what to that? What's the advice here, Spirit, on the competitive that you will face in these situations? A lot of cards coming out here. Yeah, try not to get too emotional about it ever. Just know it's, you know, just know it's par for the course. Don't let it get you down. I don't think you do, like physically. You don't, like I said, you'll have a couple down days, but as a whole, you just don't, you know, you recover. You're a survivor. You recover quickly. Yeah. Spirit brings in, or has brought in, a very beautiful connection for you that is your strength. It's a soulmate connection that is your strength that you celebrate every day. And it's part of this helping people with the unhappiness that they don't see a way out of. And you show them the way out. You show them the light in the darkness, as we mentioned. You show them the prosperous beginnings, something that they're interested in, yeah. And the ability to move on that, and move on that quickly. Move to calmer waters. Move to something that's more peaceful for them, more peaceful existence. Not the worrying, staying in the dark here with non-leadership or situations they don't like. You know, you show them the way out. You show them a balance that can be possible. You show how you can leave these situations that are toxic. You can liberate yourself from these situations. You know, a lot of people don't know how to liberate themselves from things they're in. They stay in the burdens, but you show them the way. And I'm hearing sometimes you show them the way without even realizing it. It's just by leading by example. See, that's what bugs the true leaders, is because they're all talk. They can't walk the walk. You can walk the walk and talk the talk. You know, you lead by example. That's the biggest leadership quality of all, is leading by example. They don't have that, whoever you're dealing with here. Yeah, and they're going to be a little something about that, snarky and short and curt with you. But you'll notice nobody ever gets one over on you, and that's your divine protection. There might over the years have been a lot of threats when you've been in these situations, but nobody actually gets the better of you because, one, you're too smart, and B, you're protected. You're in these situations by the divine, and then the divine keeps you protected. Six of Cups, yeah. This has been going on for a long time. I think you have a lot of experiences like this. It's because in a lot of ways this is very purposeful for you. The divine, as I said, puts you in these situations for a reason. So I feel like there's some sort of comfort in knowing that. Let's grab a charm and wrap up Taurus. It's really a beautiful message. I think you're quite lovely as a person, obviously. And we've got the monkey. So just a reminder to also play. Don't forget to play. Your uniqueness is so unique here. Just a really coveted and high-profile position you're in here from your spirit team, from the divine, that you should be feeling very good about and feeling very honored. Beautiful read, Taurus. Don't forget to play. If you like this message, if you resonated with it, please do let me know. Let me know how it resonated with you. I love reading the comments. Please do like, share, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. That always helps the channel to grow. And until next time, let's remember who we are and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.